Uploading these clips today. Just wanted you guys to know how I'm doing progression-wise mechanically. I've been doing a lot of double taps and flip resets. Particularly the way I approach my flip resets now, I'll do a single touch and then get the reset after. So for example, after I hit the ball off the wall for the setup, I'll at least touch it once and then get the reset after. It's made my flip resets a lot more consistent, I'd say. And just recently I actually learned how to do wave dash resets. I made a video short for that like a day or two ago. And recently I was helping this player figure out how to do air dribbles, and it really reminded me of something I've already talked about before for doing flip resets, and that's paying attention to your surroundings. I didn't word it exactly like that, but whenever the ball is like moving around in your car, for instance, it changes where your camera is facing, which changes what you look at on the field. And that's really helped me know where to put the ball, at least a lot easier, because I don't really watch the ball or my car nearly as much as I used to, because it's not the whole picture. You need to know where you're going on the field. If you don't know where you are on the field while you're doing your mechanics, there's not enough information. Like, let's say I go for an air dribble, but there's no field. Like, I'm just gonna aimlessly just move the ball around with no particular purpose. But when you are looking at your surroundings, it helps a lot. Because usually when you go for a setup, you're typically gonna be below the ball sometimes, not always. So you'll end up looking at the ceiling because that's what the camera's looking at, since the ball's higher relative to your car. And then once you get more parallel with the ball, you'll start facing the backboard, and then it's a lot easier to score that way, because if you see the backboard, you're most likely going to see the net as well. But if the net isn't in your field of view while you're moving the ball around, then you need to figure out how to get it on the screen, because otherwise it's going to be impossible to score, really. Like, you can if you know that you're facing the right direction. So let's say you are air dribbling or getting a flip reset, but you're really underneath the ball. Like, you're most likely going to be looking at the ceiling, so it's going to be a lot harder for you to figure out how to put the ball in the net, because you have to rely on your working memory to make a mental image of where the net actually is. The reason I brought that up is because the player in particular wanted to learn how to air dribble, and the biggest problem I see with newer players, especially like low ranks, like I'm talking gold, plat skill level, they typically don't understand the importance of like looking at how their camera behaves when they're moving around with the ball. They usually only look at the ball. So when they go up for a setup, for instance, they'll usually go way ahead of the ball, or they'll go behind it, or just go right above it. They usually never are perfectly in line with the ball, which is kind of confusing, because you'd think since they're looking at the ball, it'd be easier for them to actually hit it where they want. but on the contrary, because they're not actually looking at the momentum of their car and their camera. They'll start to drive at it, and then all of a sudden their camera shifts away from the ball and they don't know why. You have to create that muscle memory where you're using your hand-eye coordination, because everything in this game is mostly just your vision. Like, what are you looking at? Because you can be very mechanical, but if you don't know what's going on, then it really doesn't matter. You could be super mechanical, but if you lack awareness of the field, then you can get instant challenged or blocked very easily. And there's no way to improvise, because you're not expecting anyone to block the shots, which makes you more rigid as a player. So being able to not only control where the ball's going on the field, but knowing where the other players are and knowing how they're behaving as you're doing something in real time, you can adjust your shot so that you can score and get the ball around them. Usually what I'll do, especially when players have this difficulty, is I'll make them put the ball in the net if we're in a private match, so that the ball's in the center, so it's not moving around. And then we'll literally just drive around the ball while on ball cam, so that we can see how our movement affects the camera. And then we'll fly above the ball, so that obviously the camera will face down towards the floor, and just little exercises like that, so that they can understand when they move, it affects what they see. It's you'd think it'd be common sense, but it's quite amazing when you really drill it into the player's head that how they move affects what they see, and to relate their movement with what the field should look like, what your game should look like. Because it's really about what it looks like, not necessarily how it's done. Because if you get the results that you want, but it's not like perfect execution, I guess, then it doesn't really matter. You got the results, because what happens is what happens. Like, at the end of the day, if it's 5-1 and you see that title that says winner, then that's really all that matters in the game. Like, there's nothing that really matters if you're just trying to win and rank up, at least. Like, it's all about the scoreboard and the points of what you see on the field. Don't mind me, guys. I usually typically pause. Dang, my sister's loud. I don't know if you guys can hear the background. We're 9 minutes into the video. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say right now. I'm just trying to think of what to say at the moment. Oh, another thing with looking at your surroundings. So you want to line up your shot at all times. Like you got your ball, the car, and then the net. Like the more efficient you become at lining up your shot, no matter where the ball is on the field, can make your life so much easier. Like let's say it's in the far corner of your opponent's net, and then you just position yourself so that you can get that really tight angle so you can score it. That's what I mean by lining up your shot. And with air dribbles, flip resets, and double taps, that's one of the biggest problems in the beginning is figuring out how to get that ball lined up so that you can execute your mechanic. Because sometimes, especially when you're new to the mechanic, you don't give yourself enough time, or you give yourself too sharp of an angle, and it makes it really hard for you to adjust where the ball's supposed to go. So learning how to get that good setup where it's facing the net really early on can make executing the mechanic more consistently much easier. Make your life a lot easier for yourself. There's really not much left I wanted to say. This is what I've been doing. Oh, and just recently I hit Diamond 2 in 2v2s. It's been a while since I've actually peaked in my rank. And I've been playing with a lot more Diamond 3s and champs as of recently. I'm really looking forward to the future. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching the video.